kind of in between jobs, and my wife and I looked at each other and we're like, what can we do to start a business right now, because the job market sucks. And yeah, we were like, what do I know? And I know movies, so we looked into like getting connected with different wholesalers and distributors and just trying to find the connections we needed to get movies in good quantities so we could sell them. And yeah, within about a month or two of just thinking of the idea, the website was live, and then a month or two later sales started coming in. It took a while, like, to get listed on Google and to get Facebook ads live and get live on all the social media platforms. And so we were officially like live everywhere on election day. Kind of a
Was that
weird day,
last
but
year?
last year,
Damn.
2024 election day. So that's when we were listed on Google and Facebook, and everything was live, and sales started coming in a couple days later, and it just has picked up ever since. It's been wild. So yeah.
So
Um,
super grassroots, and it looked like it didn't go live right when the countdown went. So, um, Beyond the Grave, we're talking to Michael from the movieroom.com, a good partner, good buddy of mine, and we got a ton of questions we got to give away. So if you missed the very beginning, it looked like we were quiet for about 30 seconds, but we're talking to Michael and we're talking about how his business came about. So November will be 1 year.
yeah, November will be 1 year. Yeah, so
Man, what are some of the best selling titles that you guys? I mean, yeah, curious.
some of the best selling titles. So the first title that we sold out like a large quantity of was Inglorious Bastards, the Arrow release of that.
Okay.
Um, that one, I didn't. I had ordered like the normal quantity I was ordering for Arrow, and they sold out quickly, and I had to quickly double and triple that order, and found more from another distributor. And so that was the first time I experienced like an Arrow title, or any title really, just blowing up to where I was having trouble like keeping it in stock and stuff. So yeah,
Did you
other
have to kind of
movies.
rethink? I mean, was it just if you're gonna order titles, what is kind of a usual amount? Like, and when you're brand new, it's probably hard to know that.
Yeah, it was hard to know at first, and it's still hard to know sometimes. But I mean, at first we were just ordering like fives and tens of most movies. Now we order over 100 sometimes.
Damn.
And yeah, and no, I mean, not on every movie, obviously. I mean, there's still movies that I'll order 5 or 10 of, just because I may want to have like all of the movies from that distributor, but one may not seem as popular as the others, so I won't get as many of that one. But um, yeah, figuring out quantities is still something I'm learning, and sometimes I buy too much, sometimes I buy too little. But yeah,
It
it depends on. I look at social media a lot, and watch YouTube videos, and just kind of get a feel for like what everyone's talking about, what the buzz is, and that really helps me just to stay connected into the physical media world. So yeah.
Man, I had so many questions. You were talking. I was trying to be polite. Um, is it harder to not order for yourself as someone that collects some hardcore films like it, Inglorious Bastards? I mean, that was kind of the chunky box. That wasn't the steel book, right?
Yeah, that was the chunky box set. I have a different version of it in my own collection. I didn't keep that one
Same.
for myself,
I
but
have the other
there
one as
been so
well.
many releases of that movie. But
Yeah.
I love
It,
it. But yeah.
is it hard to, because you're a big. I'm guessing you're a huge movie fan. So how do you differentiate when it's time to? All right, I just think this is a great movie, but I'm not sure it's gonna sell, or it's being plugged into social media. It sounds like.
Yeah, I mean that helps. I mean, I try. I mean, sometimes there's movies that I want to carry that I don't, because I just don't think they'll do well in the store. Or like maybe there's like we carry a lot of. I mean, if you look at our site, we carry a lot of limited editions, special editions, collector's
Sure.
editions. Like all most of the movies on our website are limited in some way. So sometimes there's a more standard edition that I may want to carry, but it doesn't. It might not sell as well. So But yeah, there's a few that have surprised me. So yeah.
Yeah, we should circle back to that. There, that's a super interesting topic to think that now you've got your favorite movie, but you have too many of them, or the ones you didn't think would blow up at all. You're like, oh shit, now I got to try to find some more out there.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Um, so talking about, we're gonna kind of go through. Michael's brought a bunch of his own personal collection with him, but what was kind of the first? I don't know the term. A lot of people like extreme gets thrown out there, hardcore, banned, splatter. There's all these terms for kind of taboo extreme horror films. What was the first one that kind of really left a mark on you where you're like, oh, this is something different?
So I think there were like a few different phases of my like movie watching experience throughout my life that where like extreme films have really affected me, or just yeah, I mean the first I can think of that I don't know if it would be considered an extreme film, but the content for me at the time, it being like a 12-year-old, was more extreme than what I was seeing. So Clockwork Orange was like my
Oh
first
yeah,
movie that had like more like violence and sexual content and stuff than I had seen in like other movies. And that movie really kind of launched me into just being obsessed with film in general. But that was one of the first movies that just was like, wow, this is shocking, but also like entertaining and artful and like has something to say. And
crazy
it's just
music.
so many things at the same time. And uh, a few years after that, I was going into New York a lot. I was living in New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey.
Okay,
And me and my friends would take the train into New York and into New York City and go to like Kim's Video and like the different flea markets and stuff like that, looking for just movies and bootlegs or whatever we could find. And Cannibal Holocaust was one that
yes,
uh, we found, me and my friends, early on in like that hunt. And if that was just one of the first like more, I guess that would be considered an extreme film, right?
oh yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust, yeah. So um yeah,
And
that.
I don't want to out you on your age either. I'm an early '80s kid, so I seen Clockwork Orange probably 13 or 14. Like I had a paper route and I bought it because I was collecting Stanley Kubrick because of The Shining, and
Mhm.
it threw me for a loop as well. I was like
Yeah.
obsessed with that movie. Cannibal Holocaust, yeah, man,
Yeah, I actually
unbelievable.
have, I don't know if I can see it
Oh,
here,
look
but
at that,
I have a Cannibal Holocaust tattoo on this
dude!
side. So
Michael just
yeah.
went up 10 cool points on accident. That's the shit, dude.
Yeah, that was an
Oh,
interesting conversation to have with the
all right,
tattoo
let's hear the
artist. Like,
story.
what is
Let's hear the
that
story.
from? But no, I mean, there's not much of a story. It was just like I just told him about the movie and stuff, and he's like, "What is this scene? What does it mean?" And like, I just was just kind of explaining the whole film, and he was surprised, but I mean, he was a tattoo artist, so I think he had seen a lot. So
Yeah, that's so
yeah.
cool. Damn. Okay. I gotta really rethink my questions now. I did not see that coming. Threw me
Yeah,
for a
and
loop.
then I
That's
I would
awesome.
say, so for the later round of more like modern extreme cinema that I got into was with the shirt I'm wearing now, August Underground Mortem, also another
Oh my
tattoo on
god.
this side, my August Underground Mortem tattoo.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
I have a couple versions of it. This was the
Show.
first
Oh,
one I
look
got,
at
the
that.
DVD.
Damn.
Um, and
Did
yeah, I
you
just
find that from a
ordered it.
convention? Was that a convention pickup? Because he was like
No,
touring that around.
this I got from Toe Tag's website when it was active, like
Nice.
years ago. So they
That's
just had
so
it up on
cool.
the website, and yeah, I got all the August Underground movies. I have the other ones on DVD back there, but yeah, this, and then I have the what's it called? The Unearthed Films versions as well. But this
Blu-rays.
this trilogy, this
That's
Blu-ray trilogy,
sick.
I really like because it has all three movies as one continuous film. Like you can just watch all three movies together. It's just
Fred
one like
Vogel.
4 hour thing, and it's numbered and stuff. It's kind of cool, but um, and signed, whatever. But I think it says, yeah. stay sick, Michael up here. So
That's fucking. If you missed it, if you're just joining us, a couple of new people popped on. Michael has an August Underground bicep tattoo. That's nuts, dude. I had no idea. Sorry. I have a Cthulhu on this bicep and Johnny Cash with the middle finger. Not August Underground. That's intense, dude. I love it. That's so cool. And
thanks.
you got the unearthed ones as well, the Blu-rays.
Yeah, the Unearthed one's also signed by Fred. He had them for sale on I don't know what I think it was the Toe Tag website went back live or something like that. But
That was
he
like
was selling some
2003, a long
merch
time ago.
and yeah, it was a couple when Unearthed announced those releases. He made the website live and put some merch up and stuff, and he had those for sale with his signature on them. So I got those with his signature when they were
Super
released.
cool. Well,
Big toe tag
that's
Fred Vogel
yeah, toe
fans.
tag. I don't know if he's done a lot of other movies besides those ones, but yeah, that's it would be really cool to get. Not that you need those on 4K because that would be kind of weird, the shot on video aesthetic. But a Blu-ray, that Blu-ray trilogy, I have never seen that in person, so that's super cool. It's just continuous. It's like one, two, three.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty intense to watch them all back to back like that. But I feel like it's the best way to watch the movies because you really get to see the character evolve. And the picture becomes clearer as the movies go on. Is like this character kind of becomes more like into his serial killer kind of personality. So it's kind of interesting watching the whole thing together.
Yeah, your audio is breaking up just a little bit, but I got most of that. Um, picture quality gets better. Man, those are awesome releases. We'll come back to some of those.